Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and this is my very first video I'm filming about my study tips that help self-study learners a lot. And firstly, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Tina, a 16-year-old high school student preparing from the matriculation examination. And last year during pandemic stay home and a long holiday, I really become great delight in learning languages, and I studied Korean for about 5 months from October 21st to March 15th. I learned Korean through my self-study for whole 5 months. So today I'd like to share about my self-study tips that helps me a lot in my progression of Korean. Let's get it. In this video, I will share 7 tips to self-study Korean. And firstly, tip number 1, set a specific goal for learning a language. No matter it is Korean or something else, because if you lack of determination and without a goal, you might be sailing without a compass. For me, I set a goal that if I'm fluent in Korean, I like to go there and move to there for several years. And in this mindset, I really dedicated myself to my self-study. So my progress is really evident within 5 months. So I'd like to suggest you guys that set a specific goal on learning a language so that you can really execute your dream. Tip number 2, find only one good and suitable resource for you. Today is 21st century and IT era. You can access to many thousands of resources like YouTube channels, websites, apps, and etc. But you have to depend on only one great source that matches you. For me, my self-study planning. I started learn from my mother tongue to Korean. As far as I know, Burmese, Korean, and Japanese have the same grammar pattern. So learners, the native speakers from these countries would be easily learn Korean, but for Westerners, they might find difficulty about the grammar because it is totally different. Like for Western learners, English, French, Spanish, Italian have almost the same grammar, so the Westerners really find easy to learn these languages from their mother tongue to the same language. But when you would like to learn Eastern languages, you might find difficulty, but only depend on a great source that matches you, and don't give up. And watch many as you can absorb each day. For me, I watch about over 10 videos per day because I was really eager to be fluent in the language. Tip number 3, join Facebook groups and jot down in your notebook. Not only just save photos in your gallery, you have to write down with your own handwriting in the notebook so that you can memorize with ease and fastly. And don't look the photos PDF only with phone, laptop. You have to jot down the words and grammars in your own notebook. Follow the native speakers on social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and etc. And for Korean, there are many celebrities like singers, actors, actresses, and comedians. You can follow them on the social media network and read their posts. At first, you're not very fluent in reading, so might be so struggle with reading their posts. It's a new language, but you have to be perseverant, and later you find very becoming easier and easier. This can increase your reading speed and also comprehension exercise. Watch Korean variety shows, any related material like drama, series, music. For the one who would like to watch variety shows, I highly recommend that you must start with The Return of Superman. It's for those who doesn't know about the program. Is celebrity fathers have to babysit their children for 40 hours every week, and I really like to suggest for you because this is their daily conversations are very basic, easier to learn for the beginners, and between fathers and their own children, so their conversations are really simple to understand. And also, variety shows are supplied with Korean subtitles and captions here and there, so you can practice reading as much as you can and write down if you see something that you don't know in your book and search them back in Google Translate. Tip number 6: read articles in Korean. There are many platforms you can read short articles in Korean like Naver and Zombie. And for me, I read Reverse magazines, and doesn't take me so long to read finishing the whole article. There you may find words you don't know. You might write down. You have to write down the words you don't know and search the back in Google Translate, as I've mentioned above. Tip number 7: talk to yourself and practice with native speakers with voice notes. For me, as I'm a really introverted and reserved person, I practice my speaking Korean by talking to myself alone when there's no one in the room. This I help your speed of speaking, and there must be really many mistakes at the beginning of a journey, but little by little you can. And chat with native speakers via Hello Talk and many other chat apps. The bonus tips: watch a Korean drama series first in your mother tongue and then in Korean, and finally you have to turn off all the subtitles so that you can examine yourself how much you can comprehend their speaking. And For Westerners, I would like to advise you that you have to create an environment that you have to stay contact with that language, Korean, because for Westerners they might be surrounded by Spanish, French, German, Italian. For Easterners too, for me, I'm surrounded by Korean, Japanese, and Chinese materials every day, so I don't really have to struggle learning my Korean language because my country, the free digital TV channels air Korean related variety shows and drama series, music every single day. So for Westerners, you have to create your own environment that's be Korean. Like you have to listen to their music every day and watch a drama series or movie every day variety shows. That's all from me today. If you like my suggestion video, you hit the red button, subscribe, and thumbs up if you like my study tips, and I will see you guys very soon in my next videos. Goodbye.